Pool Party. I'm Joe, and this is Matt, and we have another week of news in nerd and comic.
And just all around geekdom.
Yes, all of geekdom.
Geekdom! First of all, for all your Pixar fans out there, all your Pixar fans. Picture. Hey, I'm from Texas, alright? We like to drag things out. Alright. Toy Story 4 is scheduled to come out in 2017. I was a huge fan of Toy Story 1 and 2. I was a big fan of Monsters, Inc. I'm not looking forward to Toy Story 4. I was really hurt by Toy Story 3.
How were you hurt by it? Were you hurt in the way that it meant to hurt you?
No, I was really disappointed in the ending. I didn't like... I really have a problem with baby boomers especially pushing their nostalgia on me. And that's what it came out to me. It's like, there is no 4-year-old on the planet that wants to play with 50-year-old toys. Now, let's be honest. No.
I disagree.
Our producer works at a daycare, and you know what they want? They want their Iron Mans and they want their Captain Americas, and they do not want some stuffed cowboy that is literally older than both of us put together.
But to be fair, they established that he was a favorite of Andy within Toy Story 2. That was when you found out that Woody was an antique. See, so your argument is flawed, sir.
Flawed, sir. No, there's no way a modern 4-year-old...
If that took you out of the moment in Toy Story 3, it would have taken you out in Toy Story 2.
There's no way a modern 4-year-old wants that toy.
Modern 4-year-old.
There's no way a modern 4-year-old wants that toy. Yeah. Our producer is miming iPads because that's what 4-year-olds play with now.
Our producer's been miming a whole lot today.
Our producer is learning sign language, and she's been doing some stuff that I'm not sure that's what they teach you.
I think she's winging most of it, and the rest of it is just flagrant obscenities nonstop. But as far as Pixar goes, there's very, very few Pixar movies I don't like. I liked all 3 Toy Story movies. I liked Monsters, Inc. I loved Up. Up is just a fantastic movie. Even the ones that a lot of people don't like. Like, I really like Bug's Life.
Bugs Life was pretty good.
The only one I'm not a fan of is Cars, because it's Cars.
Let's go into Cars really fast. Cars has got this weird caste system going on, and that really bugs me. If you were born an 18-wheeler, you're going to be hauling stuff, and that super freaks me out.
It really kind of is.
If you're born a tow truck, you're going to tow stuff. I mean, if you were born an airplane, you're going to fly stuff. It's like the only people that had jobs were the Porsches. I mean, the lawyer was what, the Hewlett-Packard, which was a fancy car. I mean, so really, if your only chance at some sort of job that was if you were a fancy car, something that you were born into, and that freaked me out. Like, while I was watching Cars, I was like, are you serious? Yeah, so Cars...
I just thought they looked weird. They looked kind of creepy. They looked unsettling. And now they're doing... Well, they did a sequel where like, the
worst
Larry
part of Cars?
the Cable Guy was like a spy. And I think they did one with boats or planes or something.
There's like a Planes and a Planes sequel?
Yeah, but Incredibles 2 is coming. So it makes up for it. Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4, Finding Nemo 2, which will also be great.
Didn't they announce Finding Nemo 2 like a bazillion, quadrillion years ago?
Well, it was rumored for a while, but then it was official, I think, last year. Because Ellen DeGeneres made a big deal about announcing it officially on her show. But,
yeah.
That
was the deal.
But yeah, I loved the first one. I'd be more happy to see a second. And Toy Story 4, they might ruin what was a really good conclusion, in my opinion, of the trilogy. They're running the risk of ruining it, but I don't know. Pixar seems to know how to keep something going and keep it charming and keep it heartfelt. So I'm going to give it a try. I'm all for it.
I don't have any faith in it.
You are faithless.
Faithless.
Speaking of things we have no faith for.
Episode 7. Episode 7 has a name. The title is The Force Awakens. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the title. Just like, remember how awesome it was when you first heard The Phantom Menace? Come on. The
Phantom Menace was an intimidating name, I thought. And then whenever they showed what the bad guy looks like in Phantom Menace, you're like, oh man, this is going to be so hype because he looks creepy.
Right, he looks menacing.
Yeah, and then he gets cut in half and he doesn't do anything until the Clone Wars cartoon.
And Obi-Wan kills him in anger like a Sith.
Very good point.
So, I mean, that should really, yeah. I don't know, J.J. Abrams, I liked the Star Trek reboot. I didn't like the Star Trek reboot sequel, so I do have that kind of thing going for me. Like I do like the Star Trek reboot, so
well, you're half and half with Star Trek reboot, which is I'm in the same position. I like the first one, second one not so much. If the third one is nothing but 2 hours of Carl Urban playing Bones, I'll be thrilled because he's been the best part of both movies so far.
Exactly.
But no, the Star Wars movie, I don't really know what to think of it because we've been fed so much bad Star Wars for so long. Recently, I've been watching all the movies like in a row with some friends I know, and we've kind of been like, we'll watch one movie every week. And really, like, the prequel trilogy was almost totally without merit. And I know it's something that everybody's written on it, but it's so bad, and the characters are so poorly written. But, well, actually, this weekend we're actually going to finish the series with the true 7th movie, Spaceballs. Completely canon and totally works.
Hey, is anybody else upset that when the special edition Star Wars movie came out, because it was the 20th anniversary of Star Wars, it was also the 10th anniversary of Spaceballs, and you wish Mel Brooks had come in with some weird dumb computer effects?
He tried to do a very short-lived animated show, Spaceballs.
I watched the first episode and it was kind of funny. Kinda.
All they were doing is telling the Spaceballs story again with really weird, kind of bad animation, and it just didn't have the same appeal. But anyways.
Yes.
Next.
We should pause more longer so it'll be easier to edit stuff between subjects.
I'll like our pauses will be a long drawn out sigh.
Maybe we should follow it up with, it's so dreamy. It's an Obi-Wan.
No, it's a Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor.
We give that segment 3 Ewan McGregors.
That was not even worth like a tenth of a Ewan McGregor.
He's so handsome that it ruins my ability to pronounce my R's.
Alright, so who's a big Attack on Titan fan? That would be me right here because that cartoon was awesome. Well, good news for y'all because they are totally having a crossover with the Marvel Universe. It's going to be Attack on Titan versus the Avengers.
Specifically Spider-Man. Like, that was the one I thought that they kept citing.
They threw pictures of Spider-Man, but they haven't been able to confirm Spider-Man. They did confirm the Avengers, and Spider-Man was an Avenger, so it's entirely possible. It makes sense. I mean, they fight the Titans by swinging around them with ropes. Who swings on ropes in the Marvel Universe?
Venom.
Yeah. No, he swings on mucus, that weird symbiote rope.
I don't know. I haven't seen Attack on Titan, and part of the reason I haven't seen Attack on Titan is that it's anime.
And here's the best part, because if you look at Joe's drawings, you would highly suspect that they're anime influenced. That's what I thought. They're cartoonish and especially his chibi Obi-Wan.
Well, that's McGregor senpai. I guess my stance on anime is that there's some, like, the more serious anime takes itself, the less I like it. It's like a sliding scale. The stuff that is fine, like, hey, we're silly and weird and we're just here to be funny, I usually enjoy that. The stuff that's like, we have to be grim dark and we have to be ultra serious, it gets really boring. And the more exposition, the more I hate it.
You're gonna really hate Attack on Titan.
Is it a lot of exposition?
It's a lot of just talking.
See, that's what took me out of Ghost in the Shell. Because Ghost in the Shell was nothing but people talking about things that would have been a lot more exciting to see. While, for whatever reason, this ultra elite police officer sits on the corner of a desk in a bikini. Just because Japan.
Well, anyway, you got the one thing to worry about because so far that comic book is going to be a Japanese exclusive. All right, so Chadwick Boseman will be Black Panther for 5 movies.
Yes.
Assuming Civil War and both Infinity Gauntlet's, there's rumors of a sequel. So those of us who are big Black Panther fans are pretty stoked.
I like we talked about this in the last show. I like Black Panther. I am eager to see the movie. I don't know if they're going to do a sequel or not. I would imagine at this point with superhero movies, they probably expect them at a certain point, as long as it doesn't turn into something really terrible. But even the terrible ones, they give sequels to. So.
They've already given a sequel to Fantastic Four reboot. Already did a sequel, really.
Before the first one's even, wow. All right. Whatever. I'm waiting for Ghost Rider 3. That
That was
might
Drive
have,
Angry, dude. What could be angrier than that?
that might have potential to be a movie so bad. It'd be like the Hadron Collider. It could possibly ruin life as we know it. Are we pausing?
No, yeah, we're dramatically pausing.
Dramatically pausing.
Alright, so I don't know if you saw this week's Arrow, but there was a point where the dad detective guy tells Laurel that she has to be the DA because the real DA is down in Coast City. I heard Dakota City, and I got really excited. I had to rewind it to find out that it said Coast City, and then I was a big slap in your face because Dakota City is the hometown of Static Shock, who is one of the greatest superheroes, one of the greatest cartoons that I watched as a kid. So like I was just in my heart, I knew that, my heart, I was excited. In my head, I knew intellectually that his powers are just too expensive to be replicated on a television screen. But the idea that maybe they would go to Dakota City, and even if he doesn't do anything, even if he's just regular Virgil Hawkins before the explosion, before the bang, and they said hi, and like, they just walked up the street, and
Hi, Static.
They did the eye thing, and like, what's up? If they just did that, that would be enough for the Static fanboy in me to love it. But anyway, I just want to show it out there. I would like there to be a Static series or a movie. There's supposed to be rumors of a Teen Titans TV show. I'll put Static on there. He's a teen. He was a Titan in the reboot. I mean, come on. Let's get some Static action, please.
I don't know. I wouldn't think that they would do a Static Shock show, but I never would have thought they would have done a John Constantine show either. So, I obviously we're not doing Static, but keep your hopes up.
Yes.
I'm still hoping for a Howard the Duck show. So
that would be doable because he didn't have crazy magnetic powers.
He's still a duck.
What? Please. You saw Dinosaurs. They did that in the 90s.
Man, was that ever a great show.
Not
that was
a
great show that was unbearably annoying. Like, if you have loved ones that you want to really just make their life horrible to the point where they just can't handle it, find the Dinosaurs rap song, I'm Not a Baby.
I'm the baby, gotta love me. Something, something, something cute and cuddly, especially when I hit my dad with the frying pan.
And then it's
Fran!
Like in the middle part, he has a breakdown like Will Smith, like in his heyday, and it's just like with the graffiti white background, and it's just.
He drives in the car. He's driving in his
yes, in his little tiny dinosaur car. It is like
amazing times 10.
Yeah,
it is easily the worst thing the 90s have ever made.
But I'll give the show credit because they call themselves on it several times. The grandmother is like, how could something so idiotic catch on? Like when they're referring to other catchphrases on dinosaur shows that they're watching.
It is.
I like that show. I grew
that
up
was a
with
great show. Jim Henson. Was it the last thing he did?
I don't think it was the last thing he did, but it was near the end. I remember he also did that awesome show that was just him and a white lion animatronic, and then that just like they did it was just Fables and Tall Tales, and that was a really good show.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know the name of it off the top of my head. I mean, it might have even been Fable for all I know. I just remember he had this stark white lion puppet, and I was like right at the age where I was like, Whimsy! Oh man, Whimsy! And I was just like enchanted by it, but yeah.
Whimsy!
I was also the kid that had to go to all of the Muppet movies, like, in the theater, and just be like, oh man, I'm way too old to be seeing Muppet Treasure Island, but I don't care.
I didn't see that one, but I did see the Muppets in space when they weren't in space, so you lied to me, Muppets.
The Muppets have hearts filled with deceit. But you need to see Muppet Treasure Island. It is, I think it's a Disney, because Jim Henson.
Yeah.
It is a Disney movie where within the opening song, like 5 people get shot to death. It was like
was it somebody's mom? Because that's definitely a Disney movie then, if somebody's mom got shot to death in the opening credits.
Well, this is just like some pirates that are burying treasure, and like the end beat of the credits is this pirate drawing out 2 pistols or flintlocks and just opening up on them. It's like, there's your kids movie.
A dramatic pause.
Dramatic pause. You know, we should put the dramatic pauses in here, and as we go, just have the picture of you and McGregor. Like an angel.
Like an angel. Can you draw a picture of Angel McGregor?
Angel McGregor? I'll just put little wings on what I have. I gave him hearts. I gave him big dewy
Anime
anime
eyes.
eyes. Like he's like, you know, that is McGregor senpai.
Alright, so a lot of people think because I'm anti-Facebook, I'm anti-social network, which is not true because I'm super proud of my Twitter. Thank you very much.
He has a good
Follow
Twitter. Be like Black Dynamite and follow his Twitter.
Yeah, he followed me. It was the proudest moment of my life. Like, I could have kids from now on and be like, whatever, you're not Black Dynamite.
You have Black Dynamite, I have Margaret Cho.
You have Margaret Cho?
Yes.
Wow, what did you do to get her?
I made some kind of wildly inappropriate comment on one of her statuses, and she was like, I like this. And she followed me. So,
Oh, she thinks you're dreamy. But anyway, there's a new social network out that's trying to compete with Facebook. It's called Sue, short for Tsunami. It's basically, it is Facebook. It's just that they're going to, when they get advertising revenue in, they're going to keep 10%, and then they're going to just redistribute the 90% amongst the people who use it. So it's giving money to content creators. And that was one of the reasons I was looking into it, because I do create a lot of content. But it really is like the early days of like Facebook and MySpace right now. It's like a wild west of people trying to claim their domains, get their followers. There's a whole bunch of dumb following trains and stuff like that. They're trying to crack down on it. But anyway, I think there's a little bit of faith in there that if you can get there, if you can get like known as, hey, I am the comic book geek of Sue, you can get like a nice little thing. If you can get there and be like, hey, I'm the horror knowledgeable person of Sue, you can get, you know, stuff going on. So I think there's a great opportunities. You should check it out if you can. You should find me on it if you are on it. Just Matt Manic, all one word.
if I tell people to go to the link and I point in random directions, whenever you're editing, does that mean you have to...
It'll be a fake link because YouTube doesn't like you to have links outside of YouTube. So I could link it to something else in YouTube. So it's really the craziest thing. But no, I mean, I could put myself up there, sue@mattmanic.com. If you need to put like an invitation down, just say Matt Manic is me, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think there's a lot of potential for people who create stuff. If you create memes, if you create any sort of like quick things that people will share and post and stuff like that, I think there's a lot of potential for you to make money. I've been on it 3 weeks and I made 11 cents, which is 11 cents more than I made on any other social network. So right away, I'm like stoked.
Rolling in cash.
Yeah, I'm pushing Joe to do it so we can get some Woot Labs up there. Woot Woot.
I will consider it. All right.
Is it running? Oh no.
Oh, we're running?
Yeah, it's running.
Our producer's terrible. She's more distracted by Reiner.
Can't help it.
Well, dude, look at Reiner's beard. He's groovy.
Reiner does have a groovy beard, I'll give him that. And he has good choice in hats.
Yes, all your.
I know.
That's...
Okay, go already.
Reiner's hat makes me think of Smash Brothers.
Yep.
Also, see my Boba Fett hat?
No. That would make me think of Star Wars, and that would make me sad.
What if it made you think of Star Wars Master of Terrace Kasai, the fighting game?
Oh, I remember that game. I bought that game solely because you could play as a Tusken Raider. And I was like playing it just sitting there on my bed, being like, that was a fun game.
That was a lot of fun game.
I played a lot of crappy fighting games back in the day. And
I mean, that's pretty much what you did in the 90s, is play fighting games.
Yes, Masters of Terrakasi and Brutal Paws of Fury, and it was a furry fighting game.
You and your furries, dude.
What do you mean, me and my furries? This is the first time I've mentioned furries.
She's signing something that is sure
She's
agree with
probably
me.
signing something about furries.
Is that beard?
It looked like she was going to cut our throats.
Oh, she's like getting at us. Anyway,
I don't know.
I still read comic books. Joe doesn't pay attention to paper comic books as much like that. You read a lot of online stuff.
Yes, I do.
So I think it's fun for Joe to look at the stuff that I bought and make fun of me for it. I like to defend myself by saying that like nothing came out this week. Like there was, there was like nothing on there. I was like, really? There's nothing else.
There's one comic that I'm hoping shows up in your list for today, but it probably won't.
Yeah, it probably will not.
We'll see.
Because I've got these.
All right, you don't seem to be as into like web series and stuff like that as I am. So, oh, these are both Marvel. So, so that joke writes itself. Okay, first of all, we got the Spider-Verse team up. On the front, I see Spider-Ham, so I approve. yes, Spider-Ham is just one of those great goofy things about comics, and that's what I like about comics is when they embrace the silliness of it. So yeah, I have no idea what this is about, but clearly it's about Spider-Men of various different universes getting together to do spider things.
But do what a Spider-Man can.
Like weave webs with their butts, and
No, there's no butt weaving, surprisingly.
that would be more accurate.
Well, I'm just saying.
Alright, so that one's cool. I like it. Let's see what else you got. Oh, The Amazing Spider-Man. And this one we got Spider-Woman, and a bunch of other Spider-Men, and Spider-Girl, and I don't know enough about Spider-Man to know them all. But
There's some Spider-Ham for you. There's some Spider-Ham action there.
oh, there's some Spider... Pretty much anything that's in Spider-Ham, I'll give a passing grade. But yeah, that's, you know, I mean, there's very little bad you can say about Spider-Man because he is Spider-Man. He's an enjoyable character. He's likable. I really didn't like the whole Doc Ock is in his brain and doing weird things.
You and me both, bro.
But yeah, that's what it is. But no, the one I was hoping to see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm curious. What is that?
I think it was this week. Maybe our producer, is that what we're calling her today, our producer? Maybe our producer can verify for me. Did Bee and Puppy Cat come out this week?
No.
No? Okay. Alright, is that next week maybe? Alright. Well, if you get Bee and Puppy Cat next week, I'll give you a passing grade, and I will take your Bee and Puppy Cat comic.
Wow, that sounds like I just threw away $4.
Exactly.
I'm being bullied and I'm middle-aged. Give me your lunch money.
Your Bee and Puppy Cat comic.
See, there was a comic which I thought you were going to mention because this comic called Punks came out.
I haven't heard about it.
It was an indie comic. I listened to punk music, so of course it attracted my attention.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this weird story, I guess, like of Abraham Lincoln teaming up with a Rottweiler man and they're fighting crime or something like that.
It sounds creative.
Yeah, it's one of those photo manipulation comics. So it's
Okay.
like, so I mean, it kind of got me, but not enough.
See, for me, what draws me in with comics is whenever a company will take a chance and do something weird and something out there. Like, it's super reliable to say, we're going to slap Batman on another issue, and we're going to sell yet another Batman comic, because people like Batman. It takes a little bit more cojones to be like, we're going to team up Ghostbusters with the Ninja Turtles, which is going on.
Apparently not, because I found out today that it was canceled.
What? Oh. Well, then there's no hope, and I'm going to flip the table.
Don't flip the table, because my camera's right there.
You make a compelling argument, sir. Alright, so I guess that's it for today?
Yeah, I think it was a pretty thing.
A pretty thing?
Pretty thing, like
It was a pretty thing.
like not a full-on
recording
Ewan McGregor,
today.
probably like a 45% Ewan McGregor.
This was 4 out of 10 Ewan McGregors. We're going to be trying every week. We're going to try to get a little bit better. Hopefully, we're going to give you guys a 10 out of 10 Ewan McGregor performance.
One day we're gonna pull off an 11 Ewan McGregors.
Well, once we get to 11, that's when we roll it over into a Liam Neeson. So, I mean, theoretically, if you keep watching, we could be up to like 3 Liam Neesons and 4 Ewan McGregors. I mean, that's just the unit of measure.
Awesome.
I don't make the rules. But anyways, thanks for tuning in for our second show, and we hope you enjoyed it. As you can tell, we're still trying to, figure out the finer minutia of it. I'm going to go home and research how to properly say that word. And we're going to try to make this better for you every single week. Any comments, any criticisms you have, please feel free to let us know, because we want this show to be the best it can be. So you can put your comments there, and subscribe, follow, share us. Anything you do to help us out would be much appreciated. And thanks for tuning in to Robot Pool Party. Once again, I'm Joe, and that's Matt. We'll see you next week.